Tango down.
This is a nice place to take a vacation, don't you think? Oh, sorry, man. Didn't interrupt. I'm your host, D from Mahalo Games. Welcome back to Tango Down. We're in sunny Cuba today on the map Havana. Let's go get some kill streaks. To start off, I'm going to say that Havana is yet another map that it's mirrored imaged, which means both sides are pretty much identical in terms of layout. The buildings are different, but the size and the shape in which the roads go are pretty much the same. There's one main road going down the middle of the map, which is currently to my left. This table right here, this receptionist table, is incredibly powerful. I would highly recommend crouching so that you avoid being seen from the street level. That way you can get a lot of kills. Right now we just switch spawns. This map will cause your team to respawn very quickly and your spawns will switch rapidly. Like all other mirrored maps, this map's spawns will change rapidly, so you have to watch out for that. Always keep an eye on a mini-map, of course. This wall right here, I would not go past this wall unless you can go into that building to your left if you're looking down this way, and that's where they're spawning. You can get a quick couple kills here when they're running and when they're sprinting as soon as they start off, because right when someone spawns at their original spawn, they'll usually just sprint straight ahead. They most of the time won't even look around. But this spot right here is very powerful. I can see that they are all spawning on this side, so they're going to either have to come through that doorway or they're going to have to run across the middle of the street. From here I can cover both, which is great. These signs don't give much cover in terms of bullet protection, but they give good visual cover. Crouching isn't necessary. I actually don't really enjoy crouching when I'm taking cover most of the time because I can't move as fast. If you're crouching, you will be slowed when you try to escape if someone throws a Semtex or a frag grenade or anything for that matter. If you're holding this table, you just have to make sure you check and you keep an eye on that left entrance towards the street. This is one reason why you're going to lay prone right here, so that if someone's street side and they run by, they're not going to see you shooting at their buddies. They're probably just going to see your red dot on their minimap, but that's if they do. Alright, now that I have my SR-71 up, I know exactly when they're going to be rounding these corners, so it's great. They're just going to keep pumping through here because my team is doing a good job on holding street side. If they can hold street side and keep pressure on them so they can't run across the street to the other area, this is the only way they're going to go, and they're going to go this way. They just don't learn. From here, you can lay down fire like crazy with a nice rifle like the Commando or M16 or the Galil, something with high rate of fire. You can still use the M16 and the G11, even though the 3-round burst, you just have to be a little more precise with your shots. Here's my second favorite spot in the entire map. This fountain right here, I'm standing right outside of, is amazing. And if you're going to work towards the fountain, because it's a high traffic area, then you need to know how to break in correctly. That technique you just saw me use where I go wall from wall, and I put some distance between me and the doorway, because the more distance there is to the doorway, the better shots you'll get. If you're too close to the doorway and you peek around the corner, by the time your enemies see you, you're not going to have much time to react. So you want to give yourself as much of an advantage as possible. Just like in real life, you wouldn't turn the corner while pressed up against it. You would back up slightly and pie the corner. So now that we've actually made it to the fountain, I'm going to show you how to run this. If you crouch, you can shoot straight into B, and from here you can use the middle pillar in the middle of the actual fountain to give you cover. So you don't even need to crouch or prone when they're shooting at you. You just have to move so that that middle pillar is in between you and your enemy while they're shooting at you. And it's great because you can go back and forth from one side to the next. A good technique is to throw flashbangs or concussion grenades right at the doorway when you know people are inside the room, because they will try to come out slowly, and it's pretty much a guaranteed kill if you land that flashbang in front of them. A lot of them overcommit, and as soon as they step outside the doorway and they get flashed, they'll just fire and just keep trying to go forward. From here, you can watch B and shoot into the other building. You got to check this side all the time. Always check your left when you're holding the fountain. But this is just beautiful, especially with the SR-71. You know exactly when they're going to round the corner, and you can just rack up the kills. They are going to start throwing grenades, and they'll also start throwing grenades from their spawn, so you have to be careful with that. I honestly wouldn't recommend using Flak Jacket because you're going to need the extra grenades and flashbangs. If you're going to shoot at B or to the street level, then I would go prone if you're behind the fountain so you don't get shot by someone running outside of the doorway. Also, there's going to be a lot of scavenger packages laying around the front of this doorway and even inside. And if you're out of grenades and flashbangs, I usually go and get a couple scavenger packages if possible. It's risky, but it's worth it because if you have scavenger and you're running that corridor correctly and you have enough flashbangs and semtex to go the distance, then you can kill their entire team over and over and over as long as you're watching your back and you're left towards street side. I really like this map a lot because there's a lot of entrances and exits. There's a lot of ways to work your way around. Movement really shows in this map. Someone who knows their way around, someone who can manipulate themselves quickly and efficiently will definitely shine on this type of level. It's a fast-paced type of level. I wouldn't use a sniper rifle, and I also wouldn't use anything too close range. I say the closest range gun I would use on this map would be the AK-74U, and the longest range gun I would use in this map would probably be M16 with 3-round burst. Alright, and that about wraps it up for our lesson on Havana. Remember to use the counters as cover and watch the doorways. There are multiple doorways in each room, so you have to keep an eye on them and keep an eye on your minimap. Claymores are your best friend in this level because people will try to flank you and go around the doors. Also, the fountain is amazing if used correctly. It's very rare that you'll see one person hold the fountain correctly because there's so many people that they'll have to kill, and they'll eventually run out of flashbangs and grenades, but you can do it if you practice. And lastly, this might seem like common sense, but try to avoid the main street unless you're playing domination match and you have to capture B to win. I honestly would rather capture anything but B because it's pretty much a death trap. Everyone will throw grenades right on it. You're a dead shot to the 2 towers that snipers usually hang out in, so avoid the street most of the time. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm your host, D from Mahalo Games. I will see you out in the field.